Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. This is Vishal and let's start this week's weekly sectoral analysis. Now we can see that more or less Nifty futures have been trading just up and down, and many traders are assuming that probably it seems that Nifty future is pretty much range bound, and they're absolutely right. On the upside, I would suggest that the range is somewhere around 18,400 on the upper side. And on the lower side, you can say it should be around 17,800. So we are basically within a range of 600 points in Nifty futures. Now, if I talk about the weekly time frame charts in terms of state of trend, if you see these two last week's candle, this is a doji, even the last week is a doji. So these two dojis clearly say there is some sort of indecisiveness in the market. Indecisiveness का मतलब होता है कि that market को खुद को नहीं पता कहाँ जाना है. Wherever market opened on Monday, it closed almost at the same rate. Almost. Little bit up and down is completely fine. So basically market जहाँ पे open हुआ था almost same rate के थोड़ा ऊपर या नीचे Friday को close हो गया. So basically कहाँ गए तो कहीं नहीं गए. घर से निकले घर पे वापस आ गए. So these two candles are doji, clearly showing signs that we are continuing the consolidation phase, which started probably on you can say just the later half of December 2022, and we are still consolidating in the mid of Jan 2023. Now, in terms of state of trend, the trend is flat in weekly time frame charts. In the daily time frame charts, also the you can say the trend is flat. If we close possibly below this 18,025 or 18,010 in Nifty futures, then possibly we could come down by 100 to 150, maybe even at 200 points down in Nifty futures. And for a rally to continue, to be very frank, what needs to be happening is the Nifty futures should not close below this 18,020 mark. If it does close, then the probability of the rally will slightly come down. Till the time we are above this particular support band, I'll share the coordinates. The coordinates are 18,075 to 18,025, round figure, you can say 18,020. Till the time we are above this band, the probability of a pullback till 18,200 or maybe slightly higher than that is still possible. So you can say that we are more or less range bound. We are trading at a shorter term support at 18,020. Close below that will bring us close to 100 to 200 points down. But if we stay above this, then the possibility of a short-term pullback still exists. And on the broader range, in the medium term, we are range bound between 18,400 to 17,800. And these are the Nifty future levels, not the spot levels. Let's go to the Bank Nifty futures. In Bank Nifty futures, you can say almost the same story. This is a doji, last week's candle. This is a sort of a hammer. And now this, you can say, I'll just just make the weekly time frame chart slightly bigger for all of you. Now you can see that this consolidation is happening on a strong support band. यानी कि जो consolidation है, strong support band पे हो रहा है. This is a good news. But in the short term, if you see, there is no trend whatsoever. Momentum traders, swing traders, short-term traders, they are finding it very difficult to make money in Bank Nifty futures. And you can say that we are finding support in price at 41,600 or somewhere over here. And maybe the short-term support is 41,900. But on the upside, we are facing resistance at 42,750, and again above that we are facing resistance at 43,143 to 42,933. Now to be very frank, ये वाला जो resistance है, this particular resistance 42,750 is not at all a very big resistance. But this is the characteristics of a range bound market. Generally in a range bound market, what happens, even the smallest of support or the smallest of resistance does show its power. थोड़ा सा भी एक resistance आ गया, market will react to that. थोड़ा सा भी support आ गया, market will react to that. So you have to be very, very careful and continue to keep your position sizing 50%. All right. And for a very big breakout, this particular support band on a closing basis will be needed to taken out. उससे पहले नहीं होगा. All right, so let's wait and watch how things pan out. Now, PSU banks, you can say multiple times they have closed below this support band, closed above it, closed below it. This is a typical consolidation thing which is going on. I'll just open three of my favorite stocks. One is SBI. You can see consolidation. You can see the support, the broader support is somewhere over here at 584. So it's not closing below that, but it's not even going very high. Just once it did try, and multiple times whenever there is a hammer or something, when it is happening, it's not successful. Again, second or the third day, the prices are coming down. Second one is Bank of Baroda. Bank of Baroda, again, it is pretty much a consolidation. Yes, for swing trades, you can look for, but again, please don't keep high hopes. Continue to keep your position sizing on the lower side. Canara Bank is a little bit overstretched and it needs a lot of consolidation. So again, I'll stick to the view that PSU banks need consolidation. Private banks, I can say they are in an uptrend in the weekly time frame chart, but the momentum is very low. And if you check the Bank Nifty futures chart or the private banking chart, both are almost similar. They're trading at a support, but they're not able to go higher. Now, in private banking chart, there are multiple stocks which I check. Out of that, I'll just share two. One is HDFC Bank, which has managed to give a decent breakout. This was the resistance band where I think multiple times, I'll just try to highlight that part for you. You can see multiple times resistance was coming up and this time it has managed to close above that. So this is a decent sign that HDFC Bank is trying to go up, and since it is a heavyweight, it will help Nifty futures to stay higher when other stocks are coming down. So one can look at HDFC Bank with a view of a positional trade. And one more stock which I would like to share with all of you is Axis Bank. Axis Bank, you can say that momentum is very low in the weekly time frame charts. But yes, as a swing trade, you can say that once it closes above 942.43, then a short-term momentum on the upside could be possible. All right. Metal stocks, I would not like to go into any stocks because more or less I can say that all of the metal stocks are looking very strong. They are in an uptrend. You can look for swing trades, for positional trades. Just one stock I have seen, one simple thing is that the way it has moved up and you can see some sort of sideways move happening. So basically the trend will remain up, but the you can say momentum is coming down and some sort of sideways consolidation might happen. So whenever it comes down, it will try to go up again, it will come down. So some sort of sideways move is happening in JSW Steel, but overall state of trend looks fine. Yes, if we close below this 720, 725, then a short-term down move, short-term profit booking is possible, but otherwise overall trend looks pretty healthy. Autopack. Now, Autopack is one particular sector which has been playing, I would like to use the word playing with supports and resistances. Why? I will share with all of you. You can see this particular band, 12,770 to 12,697. It managed to close above this and then now it has again come back down. In the weekly time frame chart, you can say that the trend is absolutely flat. It's completely sideways. Only the major part is they are not ready to break the support. That's a good part. But in the in the daily chart, you can see it's a sort of consolidation going on, and the slope of the price is on the downside. Only one stock I will be able to share, that is Tata Motors. Actually, two stocks. One is Maruti and second one is Tata Motors. Maruti, you can say that in the weekly time frame chart, some sort of, I can say, support is over here and some sort of resistance is visible in the daily chart. So basically, it is within a range. As a shorter term trader, it's a good prospect for the short side swing trade. But again, be careful. Keep your position sizing low because what is happening is you're not finding enough momentum for even the first target to get achieved. Why? Because You can see this was the first attempt when the prices started coming down, but it never went low. At least if it touches here, one can book some profits or something like that, but that is not happening in this particular stock. In fact, in many stocks. So if you initiate a trade, either keep 50% position sizing low or else do not trade. As simple as that. It is just playing within the support and resistance band. In the weekly chart, it's looking a little bit interesting. In the daily time frame chart, it is looking a little bit weakish. Tata Motors. Tata Motors, I can say yes, it is slightly weak. Only matter of fact is there is some sort of support band, a gap over here which will need to be broken. But otherwise, if you see the candles and everything which have been made at a decent support resistance band, because I'll just use this particular Fibonacci to share with all of you. This just got reverted from a 61.8% Fibonacci retracement. So once this is closed, I think 390 or 389, once we see a close below this with a pretty big red candle, you will see lower prices coming up in Tata Motors. IT Pack. Now, if all of you have been following my YouTube channel or you have been following me on Twitter, just few days back, I had shared that I'll be making a video regarding IT Pack, and it seems that IT Pack is trying to pull the Nifty higher. Well, the reason why I did not make that video was, out of the 3 stocks which I wanted to share with all of you, only 1 stock has been able to give the breakout. Other 2, they are still struggling. But what I'll do is I have just penned down, मैंने levels लिखे हुए हैं, वो levels मैं आपके साथ share कर देता हूँ. And first, the logic why it seems that the IT Pack is now trying to pull the Nifty higher. Understand one thing, that Nifty is consolidating, right? Nifty is consolidating. Nifty is not in a downtrend. If you see Nifty futures from 19,000, we have just come down to 17,800 or something. But broader market, if you see many stocks, they have come down. If you see stock like Asian Paint, DMart, Bajaj Finance, Finserv, all these are good stock, and multiple of small mid-cap stocks also. Many of the stocks have come down. So what happens is, for index management, if 2 to 3 sectoral indices they try to come down, there will be 1 or 2 indexes, a sectoral index, which will try to pull the Nifty higher. And in that context, why I feel that IT is a candidate which can pull the Nifty higher, the reason is that there is some sort of support band over here. You can see this is a support band over here, which is trying to pull the Nifty higher, basically. All right. Now, if I remove this trend line to make things more clearer, you can see this is the first low over here. This is the first high. This high has closed above this particular high. So we have a higher high in place and a higher low in place, because this particular low is higher than the previous low. So once we start moving higher, the probability of this particular high breaking on the upside will be decently nice. But we need to understand that even if this particular breakout is successful, because see, IT is in a process of making a decent bottom in the long term, or at least the medium term. And generally, bottom forming formations are very, very painful. In fact, tops are very easily tradable if you know how to trade them, but bottoms are very painful, because what has happened, the first up move happened, it went till a decent extent, it failed. Then the second move, it was slightly longer, you can say, in terms of percentage. And again, it was not a very big move. It failed and it's coming down. So again, with a pinch of salt, we should understand, if the breakout happens over here, somewhere in this zone, in your own proprietary trading systems, if it starts moving somewhere over here between 31,250 or you can say 32,370, you should book partial profits. Do not wait for the last moment as a trend following trade. Book partial profits, and then you can trail your rest of your positions. Why? Because again, if it stops over here or it faces resistance over here and it comes down, you'll be making lesser amount of money. First stock is HCL Tech. HCL Tech has already given a breakout, but after a breakout, you can see this particular resistance has been surpassed. After a breakout, it might come down, it might consolidate, and then it might go up. So you can keep an eye on this particular stock with a view of a positional trade for a few weeks to months. Please apply your own stop losses and your own analysis. I'm just sharing my view, not a trading call. Second stock, at my end, I've just noted down the levels. So the levels which I have noted down is around 34.20 to 34.40. You can see over here, there is some sort of resistance which is coming up at this juncture. So we need a close above 34.20 or 34.40 for a pretty decent uptrend to happen in TCS. And the third stock is the king of the IT stocks, which is Infosys. In Infosys, the levels which I'll be sharing is slightly higher, to be around 1600 or maybe 1620. Once we have a close above this level, only then we will be able to say some decent up move is probable. All right. Fine. Let's go to the finance pack. In the finance pack, I can say things are pretty okay in terms of index. But if you see the two main stocks of financial pack, which is Bajaj Finserv and the finance, both are looking very, very weak. And yes, some sort of pullback is possible in Bajaj Finance, but overall the stocks have done very badly in the last few months. So I'll just share one stock with all of you, which is the Power Finance Corporation. Power Finance Corporation, as a positional trader, it has delivered wonderful returns to the positional traders. But what has happened is it is extremely overstretched on the upside, and it needs a very good consolidation. So if you're holding PFC in your trading portfolio, please consider that it might consolidate. So you will need to be very, very careful with your trading stop losses. Just want to share with all of you this thing. Real estate, it's looking weak. Chances that if this particular lows are broken, lower levels will come. Two stocks to share from my side. One is DLF. It needs to close below 367, 360 for a downside move. Second one is slightly higher probable trade, which is the Godrej Properties. It's also looking weak. Once it breaks the supports, you will be able to see some decent move on the downside. Pharma pack, I would not like to share anything. I would just like to stick to one stock, which is Sun Pharma. Sun Pharma overall, as a medium-term trader, it's looking pretty bullish. It's consolidating. Till the time it's not breaking 992 to 964, whenever it happens, then a big up move is still possible in Sun Pharma. Keep your eyes fixed on this particular stock. FMCG, I should say it is consolidating and slowly and steadily it's trying to come down. The movement is very, very slow. Prices are coming down, but it is very, very slow. Gradual move. Only thing is in Hindustan Unilever, I think some sort of volatility has happened due to result or something. It's trading at a support close below this, might lead to lower levels, obviously. And ITC, I think it is trading at a very, very strong support. This is a pretty strong support. At least you can say 323 is strong support. Close below this can lead to a lower level, but till the time this particular level is not taken off, chances of a decent pullback on the upside as a swing trade is still open. Consumption pack, any sort of pullback, if you see, use that pullback to initiate swing short side trades. Again, be careful that please do not over leverage your trading portfolio. Infra pack, again, it is consolidating. I have nothing to say. You can keep an watch on ACC and Ambucha. I think all these stocks are still pretty much sideways. They are not ready to break the important supports in the weekly time frame chart. And when a stock is at a particular support, there is no sense in going short in a particular stock, even for short term. So let's wait and watch for maybe a week or maybe a couple of weeks, and then we'll come to a conclusion what should be done in the infra pack. Mid caps, I should say that they're consolidating in the medium term. In the short term, I think a close below this 30968 will lead to a lower level. But again, you will find some support at 35.90. So any sort of short side trade in mid cap should be short-lived. All right. So I hope this particular video has helped you to understand how markets will move in the next couple of weeks, and just continue to keep your position sizing at least 50% lower, or if you cannot do that, please do not trade. Wait for a decent uptrend or a decent downtrend to be established in the market and then go for the trades. All right. Trade safely, trade wisely. Thank you.